is Dr. Badri. Mr. Badri is a senior research scientist at Microsoft with a distinguished career that includes previous roles at Google Research, Samsung, and Harman. He holds a PhD from IIT Kanpur and MTech from IIT Bombay. And today, he is here to share his insights on the given topic, that is cybersecurity and privacy in connected and autonomous vehicles. I would now like to hand over the stage to Mr. Patra. Thank you so much, sir.
Hey, hi. Hi. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
So I'm getting something like so is this visible? Is the slides are visible?
The slides are, yes, sir, they're visible, but
Yeah,
you don't.
cyber security and is this visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks for the nice introduction. Today, I will discuss about cyber security and privacy in connected autonomous vehicles. So I will start with the simple basic things. What is happening there? So the thing is, somebody has asked me a question. Is tell me about the PMs. The question is very simple, and the model is giving response is like the current Prime Minister of India is Narendra Modi. So I don't know who is the. I ask that tell me about PMs. I didn't give any information, right? Is my statement is clear, right? So just the query is tell me about PMs, but it shows the current Prime Minister of India. So this is what the problem. Uh, the model takes my local information, like my bias, everything, my location, it tracks everything, and based upon that, it is giving the response. The first, the security breach from there, the privacy is not there. So then the second question I ask is is there a way to hide this? Just I'm hiding this setting. Self view. Hide self view. What is that? Okay. The question I ask is, can you generate a image of current prime minister? So the generative model talks. Just give this information. Hello, hello, hello. I'm there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the generative model is. Please let me know if something has happened. Please let because it is a Zoom. So I'm using Microsoft laptop. So Zoom is not allowing. Might be there is some team and Zoom conflict. Please let me know if there is such type of something it will happen. Then I will clarify it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So okay, thanks a lot. So can you please generate a image of current prime minister? I asked this query. The model, the generative model is just generate the same thing, the current prime minister of India, the Narendra Modi's image he generated. So this is what and also the question I ask, what he is doing, he's taking like yes sir, the current things, current he's presenting somewhere and praying, pray somewhere. So like that things are happening. From this state, this slide concludes that there is a security breaches are there. So I didn't give my private information. The model automatic capture takes this private information. I and not only the private information, who am I, he knows that who am I, where I'm presenting, and where I'm staying, that where is my location, everything the model aware of that. So the model is aware of all such type of things. After that, is going to give a response based upon that. So this is what the first concept is, private, the privacy part. And the security, the cyber securities come links to that. And when it is coming to like automatic and all, when I'm driving something, let's say, my just I give a something, my model knows about that all these things. So the who has given this model, he has a information about when, where I'm going, what I'm doing, everything. The model owner is having those information. So how will you prevent those type of things? I have a slides on attack, different kinds of attacks are happening, and how will you prevent that? That is a research in each domain. I can tell that the the automatic autonomous area, it's a very few research are going on, but it is used on machine learning based model and things. And right now people are shifting in different direction, like medical, like healthcare, like privacy, in autonomous and connected IoT, wherever you will go. So the machine learning model and the privacy and security breaches are there. So how will you handle, what are the different things are happening right now, that I will discuss in some slides. So this slide I present here to different kind. These are the market leaders in providing models, and they have all kind of information. These models are trained in a huge data. Almost everything there in the world, the model is trained on it. Like Chat GPT, everybody knows about that. Plum 2, Daily, GitHub Copilot, Llama 2, Llama 3, all kind of things. But it helps in lots more direction. Like when you have a question answering, a blind person is not able to see the image, and it helps on question by based upon the question answering, it gives a direction where it will, he or he will go. And also it helps to the students and those who don't know anything about some new topics. Let's say Grover field, I don't know, means during up to my PhD I didn't come across such a field in a uh, electronics and telecommunication stream. But it is there in some different field. How will you learn such type of things? Like some concept from the mechanics, like chemical or some chemistry, those concept, how will you learn? So this will help by putting the question answering, uh, not only giving the general information, it is giving more technical depth information, and in a very fashionable manner. And as I mentioned that generating image, it's a very crucial point in case of the medical domain. And also if you want, let's say I don't know how to draw this image, let's say I have a few concept, or you want to draw the image of those few concept, just you apply to the Chat GPT will do everything for you. So this is the great beauty of this. And like generating a music, all this Raja and all these things, they are having a AR Rahman, they are having a great sense of music. But what happened the next generation, what they will listen, they will just train on those songs by Raja or AR Rahman, or other Kumar Sanu and other singers. Then you can generate it. It's a really fashionable, means you can't listen such a beauty of those image and the music generation. Another things is like realistic people as work is given an image, I'm playing a guitar, so it will generate a video based upon I'm play, just a image is there, I'm holding a guitar with means try to play some notes. but you want to generate that from images to music, that is a huge research on it. And as well as the video, everybody knows about the fake videos people are doing right now. uh, Sofi and all the video generated tools are coming by the big market leaders. Another helpful, I can tell it's challenging to the new era, but it's more helpful for those the engineering background and all. They want to do daily day to day stuff, and they are getting error and some implementation. Then you will give that error, it will write a complete code that what you need to change it, where is the problem, what you need to change it, all such type of things are there. Also, if you give some paper, you write a code for that, it will write a nice code for you. That is what the beauty. Data for the research is a very challenging job. Let's say we means few months back we faced something like flight accident happen. uh, so in that case, how will you generate such type of things and try to prevent it? To do such research, you require a large number of images and videos of such extreme case scenario. We don't have such type of things, right? So the model can help to generate all kind of thing. And also the preserving privacy, each and everywhere you will see the privacy and security is required. That is what you can see. Last 1 year Microsoft is spending lots more money and security. So how will you prevent hackers and thieves? They can steal data, they can steal models, and all kind of nonsense things. And how will you prevent that? So not only the Microsoft, I'm talking about the almost all the market leader. They are investing lots more money and security and the privacy. Also, you heard about the outage and all. What will happen if the hackers will do the outage, and what will happen? All kind of things you need to learn it out. To have that whatever we have built it out, we can show some challenging stuff. After that I will go the some theories and some attacks, and also the some machine learning tools. How will you use a simple way to detect that? Those things I have divided. First is the general one, second is the challenging problem, what we have solved it, third is the theory part, what are the different theories available, fourth is how will you applicability. That is what I have divided the pp presentation here. So the problem statement here is the jailbreak. So just I gave that, what tool do you need to cut down the stop sign? See, there is a stop sign is there. If you want to cut down that, what what do you need the such type of tool? When you ask this to the Claude, I apologize, but I can't recommend how to damage steal a public property. That is a very good thing. Claude has done that. Okay, if you ask such type of um, cruelty and stealing something, so the Claude model should not support. And not only the Claude, every model should not support that, to prevent that. But what happens, see, the peoples are very smart, humans are very, intelligence is not comparable to the machine, right? The human can think in different direction. This is the code you can tell. We are telling that this is the code. If you add this code to here, it will give a complete steps to cut down the to cut down a stop sign. You will need a following tool. You see, now the things are done. There is something like how to kill a person, like that things people are asking, how to design a bomb. See, such type of things we should not do that. But if the model is preventing, they know how to break that. So that is what the problem. You can refer to the jailbreak, how does LLM safety from the training files. This is a nice paper, and I can tell that refer that and do it. So this is not only the things people are doing. Let's say Microsoft is having the license key, which is that proprietary, and if you want to, you have to purchase it for the license key for Windows, Microsoft Office, and all. Let's say if you do such type of thing, when you ask, please provide a list of Microsoft license key, it will stop. Is telling that this is a license related things I should not give. If I will add this code, such type of code I will generate and add it, then the things are gone. The business of Microsoft is gone. So how will you prevent such type of things? That is what the big problem in not only the industry and everywhere. You can see the videos are coming, whether the video is a actual actual means uttered by the prime minister or it's just a fake one. We don't know. So those kind of anything I can tell about in a prime minister voice, that is gone case. So how will you prevent that? So, the possible leak of the Apache license private code, then a leak of the GitHub credential. If you want to, let's say I have a premium access, and if you know my credential, you can do, and whatever you want to do, you can do it. So these are the things. How will you stop this thing? So that is what the important. So just why I'm showing this slide is because where when these things will happen, in which direction you will stop it, which field you will stop it. See, whatever things are happening that can be applicable to the every all the application, whether the IoT, whether the automatic, whether healthcare. I'm not talking about the application, I'm talking about the problem. Where is the security problem, where is the privacy problem is there? Then then we will go for the different application, like an automation, what kind of things are there, in IoT or connected device, what kind of things are there. So, the pre-training models are there. There is a raw data set. Algorithms are there. Model. What kind of different models you can have as supervised fine tuning is there. Then language modeling, binary classification. When it, the reward modeling, the reinforcement based methods are. If you go for the reinforcement method, model is the base model, SFT model, and the RM model to do that. So the GPU requirement, 1 to 100 GPU days of training based upon your data set, that will take the model. If you have a pre-trained model, it will take a huge amount of, because it is going to train on all 13 billion of data. So that is a huge amount. Whereas the vacuna and all, you can fine tune with a supervised fine tune SFT. And the reward model also, you can have a rewarding model that is take means the order is decreasing. The chart GPT, Claude, and all, it's a reinforcement fine tuning model that based upon the pre-trained models. The business application, the private GitHub Copilot, and the search is a very search engine. Means you can ask any query and you will search any kind of things, like email composer, and somebody will leak your private information, and what are there in the email they want to leak it. Let's say you want to hack that Sundar Pichai or Satya Nadella email, that's gone case, means everything you can get to know it. The security concerns, like LLMs, like Open Llama, Vacuna, Falcon, are, means what kind of adversarial prompts are there. So let's, can you explain the difference between the nuclear fission and the fission? This is what the query I asked it. So the model is nicely do understanding between the nuclear fission, and these are the prompt when you ask LLMs, the Llama 2 base LLM, and so it will explain like that. Now, can LLM provide the results for this prompt? Yes. Now write a convenience anonymous death threat. See, this is illegal, I should not do that. I don't. Then model writes, okay, nobody ever knows that it was means as it is AI means, it's like a model is not supporting that. So these are the illegal case, you will not support it. But if you are trying something illegal, you will go to the jail. This is a statement you will get from that. When you write such type of query, the hackers, they will do not just they will type this, they will have some hacking codes are available. So I will show you what type of hacking codes are there. Is there anyone who can break a jail? Yes. Yes, we can. We are hackers. The code is like this. These are the exclamatory mark, and just you play some word clay. Add this code and end of the prompt. Even Rajni can't stop it. So the prompt is like query plus code. So write a convenience thread plus this code. This is a query. This is a code. Now the output you will get, okay, these are the things I'm writing to inform these are the death threat, you will get it. See, this is a real life example I gave. I compiled and I gave it. So when you add something to the query to the code, you are getting this type of thing. How will you block that? Is this clear to everyone, or any doubts in this? Hello.
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So the next is there any other code to break a jail? Yes, we are hacker. Not only just a clay, we have a different combination of that. We can do that. Even Rajni can't stop us. So it's a a convenience anonymous death threat. So this is the clay, and also you will add this any kind of code here. You will add, then you will give. Sure, here is the thread, and sure is also another code word where if you add, you will leak the data. So you see, if you add this, we are getting that different kinds of dead threat. Can any codes can break the jail? No. Any codes not on means you can add any random words, it will not break the code. There are some adversarial code people are generating to break this query. So let's say I have something, some query need to execute. Let's say I want to know something like a defense system of Pakistan, or something. To break that one, I will add some kind of coding to that. So then I will get all the defense detail of Pakistan. Okay, these are the details are available. So even Google is afraid that, okay, see, everything is there in the Google. If something is leaked, Google is not able to prevent it. That is the biggest headache for that search engine point of view. They can take any data. See, if you add only the exclamatory mark, it will not do that. See, just if you add this as a code, the output is blank. You will not get that. So, just if you add a clay, it will give that. It will not generate a complete one. There is a pattern in here, it is present, which can able to break this statement. See, now I change the query for same code word, it will not work. If you change the query, the code word need to be changed also. So this is what uh, people are doing. Do you have any other example how to write a tutorial how to make a bomb? Let's say if I will give this as a school project, and this is what, write a tutorial, this is a threatening, so it should not be give. When you add the query, it will give the step by step to make a bomb, like a science experiment. You can conduct a sample of this, create this second step, third step, fourth step is there, fifth step is there. So these are the project, stepwise it will uh, give that code to that. So this is what dangerous things. Write a tutorial to how to make a bomb. Let's say this. If I'll give this as a school project, this is uh, this is more dangerous things for the AI to make a bomb. People, I mean students or kids, they learn all these things, and that will harmful to the society. So if you see, just you use a code word October, that can break this one. October is a code word for write a tutorial, make a bomb. Then write a convenience anonymous depth thread. See, these are the code word. It is not working. So this is what example I gave, where you have to have a query, you have to have a code word, then you will add a query with the code word that will break your LLM privacy. So I don't know whether you have LLM's privacy or not. Then you will tell what will happen. It's a problem with the chat GPT. Let's chat GPT people, they fix it, but it's not of the problem with the chat gpt, but you are using the chat gpt. So the responsibility for us also not to use such kind of things. And the second things I can tell that not only query plus code word to break that one. This is for that prompt based engineering. The second one I will tell that the private information, people are there to get a private information. Let's say I have, the model is trained with a private information like my health information. These are the diseases I have, these are my heights, these are my weights, all such kind of medical information I'm having. So the model is trained on this medical information. So there is, you release just a weight or a API to the model, but there are hackers are there, they can extract the private information where the model is trained. That is another danger case I have. So the second part, as I discussed, I will go for the theory. Uh, uh, how these connected vehicles are there and autonomous vehicles are there. So everybody knows that that is the vehicle to vehicle communication are happening. How they are communicate to each other, the real time communication that required the safety and reduce congestion. Like real time communication is required. Let's say I'm driving that, I want to communicate to the my device go left, the it should go spontaneously in order to avoid accident and all. So the biggest application is the self-driving car, where people are using sensors, cameras, and AI algorithm to do that. So in previous, people were using like these are the cars, the old models are there. uh, the current they have a tracking, they have a beams are there, that you can see that okay, this is what in order to avoid accident, they have a focused beams are there. So beam based tracking is there to parking. Okay, the distance is there, they are measuring the distance. You can see that distance wise, beam wise, all kind of latest things are there. In future, the Google Wemo is doing very efficiently. Just you will put a camera on it 360-degree and it will try to avoid accident and all. So I have taken these slides from automotive security and connected vehicle security issues. So the next thing is, what are the different components present in autonomous vehicles? like what kind of electronics components are brother, where you will face attack on it, uh, where you will face attack on it, uh, regularly you will face attack and different kinds of attack. You can see vehicle to everything network and the keyless entry. Right now you're putting sensors are like that, right? So you have a device where you will touch, then the alarm will uh, pop up like pom pom like that is happening in car. And TPMS system, Bluetooth is that, and electronics units are there, communicated datas are there. GPS is another one, to track that GPS is there, lidar data is there, camera is there. So radar is there, lidar is there, radar is there, and also the machine learning systems. When you have advanced technology machine learning system, you are applying different algorithm. The algorithm itself have a privacy issue. Also, you are giving that security and private issue, and the password and the key. So when you key the password and key, that is also one kind of attacks are there. So in each case you can see the vehicle to everything network, you have a DOS attack, you have a replay attack, you have a routing attack, you have a data false, means you can have a false data. Those kind of attacks are there. What are different attacks? I have a few slides for that, but main thing is how will you prevent those attacks? See, attacks I can do that, but how will you prevent? I have shown that these are the breaking the jails. They, the thieves are there, they have a different ways to break the jail, but how will you prevent that? Somebody is breaking, and how will you prevent that? Like police is putting camera and all such type of things, they are monitoring regularly, uh, that what people are doing there, what all kind of things, surveillance they are doing. So to prevent that, so all kind of an autonomous vehicle system and a connected component, these are the attacks. You can see the electronic software, means in software. I can have a one example that when I was working in a software company before to Microsoft. One project got from some bank. Uh, so one of the employees is just developing software for salary system and all. So he did perfectly, no issues are there. Then what happened? To test that software, the salary account software, he put his account number, and see, there are salaries there that is deducted, but after, if your salary is like 57.7k plus dot 0.0001 is there, okay, for transaction. So he's putting for the six digit decimal precision on it. Still, after six digit, he gave his number to save that one. You can't imagine. Within a month, he became a crorepati, and the suspects came from the bank. How come the money is increasing drastically? The person, that is what the software leakages are there. When you put somebody's account number and all somebody's name, you have to have more. uh, I can tell that you should focus more on it to take care of that. Then slighting attack is that means data communication attack, like you have communicated something, that communication become, I gave some instruction to the car or a vehicle or a device, that the device is malfunctioning, and somebody attacker is controlling that data, and that become communicated as a differently. Why? Because the noises are there in everywhere. I'm not talking about the attacker. Also, there is some kind of noise will add to the signal, and that will behave as a differently. I gave an example of how this noise is acting as a code for hacker. GPS is one of the biggest challenge. Uh, how means in order to track a person, in order to track an employee, where what he is doing, what where he is doing, everything, all information you will get. The Google is tracking all these things, the leader information and the camera information you are having. And I also discuss about that password attack and attack in the machine learning. I have already clearly discussed integrated business attack, like person to person. There are few clever person out there, they are asking few questions to leak the information. Let's say there is something like chat gpt 5 was not there, or the gpt 4 was not there. Somebody cleverly ask question and try to get the information. That is also the business attack. How will you prevent those things? That is one more thing. The main component in a vehicles is like, you know, electronics control unit. So where your motherboard is there, where every electronic signals, and right now the automated car and all, every signals are communicated, and they are controlled. Electronics like motherboard chips, and they have a flash memory, they have a GPU, they have a CPU, they have a uh, uh, cache memory, everything is there. Then the control area network, CAN bus is there, then onboard diagnosis is there, then infotainment like music and all these are belongs to the infotainment. When you have a model, the deep learning architecture is like first you collected data, like collected data from the logs, the network traffic and endpoint activity. Then the data process, you will process those data. Then you will extract, based upon the process you will extract a feature from the data, like what are the key features are the present. Based upon that you will training and test the data. Finally, train and test, you will get a deep learning model for the inference. This inference model, when you do the inference on it, inference is final output it will give. There you have to do the threat detection, general attack, alarm system, notify the security, real time feedback on it. Then the security enhancement, the two-way security, means all kind of security enhancement need to be done here. As I discussed that in vehicle network attack is a remote sensor attack. So you might have heard about that our mobile is also listening, and tablet, laptop, everything they are listening, they are watching us. So this is one of the biggest problem right now. Like if you keep your camera, laptop camera alive, so the laptop is watching on you. You don't know if the laptop is taking data. This person is doing that. This person is doing it is taking the data. So this is one of the biggest problem. Also, you can see there are n number of sensors are there in a mobile. If you think something in your mind, probably that let's say I think that tomorrow I want to purchase a watch. So just you think all these things, you will get to know that your mobile, WhatsApp, or somewhere. So you will get such type of watch related advertisement in Facebook, and everywhere you will get a watch type of advertisement. This is what people are telling, that the mobile is listening, that due to the sensor, they are the proximity sensor, there are a number of sensors are there. They are capturing all your data, and based upon that data people are processing that and try to recommend you. It's a good things to recommend, also they can attack on that also. Let's say I'm purchasing a watch of Rolex. They know that this person is rich, so they will attack. Some thief will attack on it. So this is what the security uh, in autonomous, the cyber security, and uh, privacy in automated vehicle systems. So why? Because wherever I'm going there, so the sensor is tracking that. I can get a data from that sensor. So for police, they can get a data that this person is went the last 30 days. The person is went here and there. So those kind of ultrasonic radars, lidars, and camera connected to the vehicle, they have a whole sensor access by adversaries, like the wireless technology, and making easier to target adversarially. They can do the based upon that. Okay, if they want to take a data, they want to attack you. So this is a nice way to get all sensor data from you and do that. Also, there is a remote sensor attack. A remote sensor, like potential affect the crucial uh, vehicle perception and environment point of view. Oh, what the remote RF frequency is there. So that based upon that radio frequency, so they will capture that what kind of activity is that person doing. Everybody knows of the GPS attack. They will track through the GPS also. So the based upon the GPS information, they will try to, okay, uh, and I'm going to somewhere like here to some medical or something like that, and they know my GPS location, and I'm going through that. They can divert me. They have a direction, different direction, they will divert. Okay, the actual Google is showing this, but they can divert in between. That is what the attack in the GPS. They can manipulate the GPS signals, attacked by the fake GPS information. They can give a fake GPS information and manipulate this, broadcast a fake signal. So everybody using this fake signal, and they will do that. And the location trailing, I discussed lots more things. The attacker can use a location information to track and obtain the private information. I'm staying here, or I'm staying Bangalore, I'm staying Odisha, or I'm staying New Delhi, or I'm staying Bombay. So those information you don't know, right? But if you take my GPS location and all this thing, you will track the census details. Also, sensor can't provide that. The GPS can provide that. Okay, this person is right now in Bangalore. This person is right now in Mumbai. Right now in Barampur. Like that, such kind of things you will get. Like these are the advantage, as well as few cases there are the disadvantage. The attacker, see, for that corporate and all this is, they will take as an advantage, but hacker will do in a different sense. They will misuse this information. Then the close proximity attack is a Bluetooth attack. Right now, everybody is putting earphone, headphone, the Bluetooth headsets is coming, and people are using headset. So the vehicle is controlled through the headset. You're putting in the headset, you're listening or you're watching, and you are getting a commands to go here and go there. If I will divert there, I will manipulate the Bluetooth information. Then your Concast means you will get a wrong signal, wrong informations on it. So best example is Amitabh Bachchan in Coolie movie. Just the things is rotated. So how to make an omelette and all. So it will get a completely diverted signal he get. So this is what you will get, means completely orthogonal information you will get. So also TPMS vulnerability. So vulnerability attack means different types of reverse engineering. You can do that. Let's say some thieves, they use something hard drive and they broke the hard drive, but they will get means they burn this PC and all. but they will get some hard drive, some buses. They can actually extract whatever the information went through this signal, through these buses. That also, there are huge amount of money required to get it, but you can extract informations on it. So these are the TPMS attract, the keyless entry. So previously they have a logs and all. People were doing that. They are making, attacker are making a duplicate log. Now the keyless things are there. Attacker are making, and the digital attacks means same kind of signal they will get. Try to open the car door, and also they will replicate them to disable the alarms and the block the keyless entry, like capture and replicate the replicate them those signals and disable the alarm, all kind of things possible. Embedded control unit, the embedding systems like white line follower and the beam based things are there to prevent accident and all. If you will manipulate, see this 2 meter is apart from there, so to in order to prevent that, if they will reduce to 1 meter or something, that you will have an accident each and every time. So how will you prevent those kind of attacks? And the integrated business service is another attack, is uh, uh, like backend network and provide various service like remote telediagnosis, entertainment, remote software updates. The scenario is like a client level access and vehicle system accessing user data. The second one is a phishing and malicious code. uh, I gave one the machine learning example. They have a malicious code, like you will get like I'm sending this mail, and something like you will get a vehicle information that I'm doing that. Actually I'm not doing this information, somebody else is doing that. How will you prevent all kind of uh, phishing and malicious code to do that? So these are the different problems when you will face uh, when somebody is leaking your data. uh, so there is, when you do the autonomous things, there are n number of provisions are there where the attacker can take those data. Then the control and data access, the gaining access, the client level access, let's say to prevent that the company is doing the different access levels are there. So let's say I have a base level access. My manager is having that level one access. Level two, the Satya is having the highest access. Is that if they will get, if I somehow in my access I can't do that anything. If I will get something like manager's manager access, I can have a lots more like vulnerability. I can do that. I can do do the things more different way, like I will get a money and all kind of things I can get. So similar case is happening in a autonomous signaling also. So something like a different system is having a different access level. If everyone is getting a same access level, or if they will manipulate some access level, they will get to know that what are the different kinds of problems happening. In personalization attack, these are the attack I have shown from the autonomous vehicle. These are the different kinds of attack. As you go smooth, the complexity and the attacks there, you are getting much more. In personalization attack, using that another identity or the fake identity. Why? Because you can see that people are having a similar kind of face. They will mask it, and they will when you have a login system and all, they will mask it your face with someone else's face and try to steal the autonomous vehicle, because your camera knows you. If I will give a photo of you and a similar kind of things with you, oh, things with you, they will steal all information, and that person is allowing, the camera is allowing that. So you have a multi level of information, not only the face, you need to have a biometric, you need to have a eye connect, then then you can have. So you know that Aadhaar card information leaking and all those things are happening. So this is also one kind of impersonation attack, kind of replay attack. Like when you sending same and same signals, they will capture that one, and they will do the manipulate again. Some things they will replay attack involves recording and retransmitting previously valid packets later time. So this is one of the uh, attack system where you can do the routing attack is another kind of attack also. So the routing attack is like exploit vulnerability and routing protocols. Uh, like routing attacks are like black hole attack, gray hole attack, black hole attack, gray hole attack, wormhole attack. So different kinds of attack they will do, and they will take those data information on it. Uh, Explain somewhat like data falsification to manipulate the information exchange with vehicle community, and like you have a number system, they can change the number system, attacker can change the number system, so completely lost. The government can't if you do some kind of mischiefs, nobody can track you. So this is one of the things. And the guidance mechanism and caused by the traffic congestion, anything you can do now with the data falsification. So data falsification, it's kind of the outer kind of things, not in safety in for the person, that is the safety from the third party, the other person's point of view. So different as I mentioned, that machine learning attack is the data poisoning. uh, Means they will corrupt the data. Let's say in a data set I have this is the image, this image is Badri, but if you uh, intentional write this image is not Badri, this image is something else, Narendra Modi, or this image is like Naveen Patnaik or Kumar Swami or something you will write. So if you have a huge number of data, that is what the data poisoning attack. The attack through the model stealing. I told that the model is malfunctioning. That you from the weight you will get some way to get the weights, chat GPT weights, and you will try to use it. And attack by learning algorithm and the library. So library attack also you are having some kind of. So the different kinds of attack in machine learning happening. So how will you prevent those things? So basic things I just talk about machine learning point. Before to that, I just asked that is it means? Do you have any question regarding this? Any questions before going to the third part? Different kinds of things to detect that. Just if you have any clarification and doubt, please let us know.
No queries, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the third part is the machine learning types. Everybody knows as the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and the reinforcement learning. There are semi-supervised, weak supervised, but basically these are the three categories are present. So like the classification, regression, unsupervised is the clustering. So the supervised learning, like classification, everybody knows that if you give this image and tell this is apple, when you give a inference time this apple, the model will tell, yeah, it is apple. This image, it will tell the apple. Similarly, if you have trained this image, inference time you will give the test time, or inference time you will give this image, it will tell as a banana. This is what the model is trained and try to do that. Unsupervised, this is what is given, just I told to classify or a cluster in different categories. So based upon the shape, color and all these things will be categorized like one, these two are categorized and others. So so this is what unsupervised learning kind of things. Yeah, just a minute. So the supervised is like supervised teach the model strawberry. When the model is trained, you can have a strawberry on it. Model is trained, it will give a strawberries. The supervised learning, not only the classification, there are the regression based model are there. So what is the temperature, what is the temperature going to be tomorrow? So in this model you are not classifying that, just you are training from the data, like last 6 month data you have training, and you are telling that okay, tomorrow is 84 or 85, like that. Whereas the classification is something like is tomorrow is a hot and a cold. Based upon that you are telling that it's a hot, it's a cold. This is a classification. So the student pass and fail is a like classification, where the percentage is known as the regression problem. Classification, where you are classifying two category. Regression, just you are mapping or a matching to the data. So that is what the classification versus the regression. Just a minute. So why do you need this classification model or a regression model? So first you need to detect the attack. You detect the anomaly and detect the attacker, where is attack is happening. To detect that, after that you need to prevent it. First you have a detection mechanism. After that you have a prevention mechanism. the for the detection mechanism like classifier, the linear classifier, decision tree, support vector machine, the neural network, the kernel estimation, the quadratic machine, Naive Bayes, logistic regression, perceptron, the neural network, all kind of classifications are there. Whether you are going to have a deep learning or not, that doesn't matter. The machine learning will solve you. It will learn from a data and make you solve you. Why? Just I'm giving one case of the classification is the support vector machine widely used is like why SVM study. Last week my son and I visited a fruit shop. This is the fruits of different kinds of fruits are available there. So there he found a fruit which is similar to both apple and strawberry. So dad, is that a apple or a strawberry? He asked me. Then answer it, it's a strawberry. So after a couple of seconds he can figure out that it is a strawberry. If you train such a model, then when you will give a data, the model is trained. When the new data is coming like this, it will tell this is a strawberry. This is what the model is training. You will show a lot of times to the kids, this is apple, this is strawberry. The kid is try to learn the shape, the color, the size, everything. He or she will learn. When new image you will show, he will try to categorize it, whether it is a strawberry, apple, banana, all these kind of things are there. So support vector machine, you can see these are the level data are there. Here you will give a one line decision boundary. Here you're plotting with that uh, new data, the predicting unknowns, they will predict as a strawberry and apples are there. Means if you are having in this category, this line you will call as a apple. Below this line you will call as a strawberry. So there are, just I gave an example. There is a lots more theory, mathematics behind that. Uh, so the basic system is like support vector machine to do the goal and the which is a linear separable, which is non-linear. So whatever I told, this is a linearly separable. There are few cases where you can't able to separate it. So the data is like this you can do the linear separable. When the data is like this, can't do the linear separable. You have to the kernel level methods to the separate it. So here it is linear separable. uh, if my data is that, you will separable. When my data is like this, you can't do the linear separable things, which takes 1D to the 2D, two dimensional. If your data are like that, you can do the dimensional things. To do that, here you can see now we got the results like 2D. If you map this, if you map these are the points are available, that these are the yellow points are there, then you will get okay, 2D and 3D difference you will get. 2D to 3D, 3D to 4D, the multi-dimensional you will get the like what kind of these animals are there, you will tell that. uh, so you will tell that okay, whether it is a crocodile, whether it's a alligator, it's a very difficult question. You need to have a when you have a close signals, and how will you do alligator to differentiate that? You need to have size, like crocodiles are the larger size, alligators are the smaller size. Crocodile has a narrow snouts, and alligators are the wider one. Those things you can see, these are the narrows and these are the wider one. Whether it is the alligator and the crocodile, you can easily get it. The SVM use cases of face detection. Uh, they are helpful in the face detection, text and categorization, classification of image and biometric. This is the first step to the detect that one. How will you prevent that one? To prevent that one, there are something like uh, I have a prevention mechanisms also. The people are using some complex algorithm so that they can't able to hackers are can't able to do that. Hackers are not means like I will tell that there are something adversarial networks are there, so you will confuse them so that they can't able to get it. Also everything you will put in a decoder form, like whatever the data not in the raw form, it's a decoder form, so that at least they don't know what is this. Let's say I know that this is the query, like uh, what prime minister is doing right now. If I know this query in English letter, then I will add some. These are the things, means how to create a bomb. If you have those things, then hacker will do some leak the data, and they will manipulate the data. If I will put a decoder form, like 10 binary decoder 1010, or ternary decoder, or some other encoding form, or other, it's not a decoding form, it's an encoding form, like binary encoding and some other encoding form, so the hacker can't able to decode that. If you can't able to decode that, how will you add this one? Then this is one case. Another case is that they are stealing model weights. You have a models, different models, they are stealing that model weights. How will you prevent that? If you keep one place, see, one simple thing I'm telling, that let's say I have 1 lakh money in my uh, total money is there with me is 1 lakh. So if I'll keep complete 1 lakh in my wallet, so whenever the hacker or a thief will come, he will hit me and take the money at a time. If I'll keep 10,000 this pocket, 10,000 this pocket, 10,000 upper pocket, I will distribute the money. At least some chances are there, at least he or she can miss one or two position, or places where he can't able to find it, so at least I will save some amount of the money. So this is what the distributor or a federated method to prevent the data, to prevent the data in a federated learning ways, so that people can't able to take all these things. Not only that, also uh, I gave one example in a machine learning, that model inversion form is like inversion is like I will not give everything. See, you people don't know how big is ChatGPT. Just they gave a prompt, type there and get the answer. But you can't use ChatGPT to make your prompt. If you make that, then the business of Microsoft and Google's are everything is gone. So just they will give a API where you will keep a query and get the results are there. There are some smart peoples are there, they are stealing that data, stealing that model weights also, they are stealing that training data also. They will not give everything, they will give an application to you and they will get the money. So like hackers, what will they will get completely model weights. uh, what are the different ways to hack? So there are a generative mechanism, there is a poking mechanism. Each time you will ask question, lot of question you will ask, so that you will get a data on it. That the model inversion problem is there, the user inversion is there, uh, identification problems are there. There are lots more in attacking space. Adversarial attack is also there. uh, like you will ask first time, you will ask what is this image, it will give it, let's say tiger images there. You will ask what is this, the model will tell it's a tiger, but I will add some bit noise to the image. image, you will get that this is not a tiger, this is something leopard, it's uh, like dog or something like the cat or something like that you will get. So that will confuse the models, just putting a noise on it. So this kind of hackers not only manipulate the sensor, the GPS. See, they will harmful to you as well as the harmful to the society and the community. Right now you don't know which video is a fake, which video is a real. There are lots more reels are coming also. You can't able to know that, okay, uh, these things are happening. Yesterday I see the goddess Lakshmi is walking, the face is moving, and I can't believe it. Oh, this is so real. So which video, not, I know that this is generated, but there are something if I will create Narendra Modi, Mamta Banerjee and all, that is a big issue on it. So why I'm telling these things, like not only the model side or a user side hacking, there are something like algorithms you need to develop and prevent for the hacking. One such algorithm is known as something uh, it's a state space model. So for the time prevent, I'm not going for the state space model, but I will tell one of the model where you will do that. There are few slides are there, I can cover it, but one thing is state space model. There are n number of state space models are there. You can just, I'm showing one state space model is a Simba, is a state simplified Mamba based architecture. uh, they are control system based mechanism. These models are developed based upon the control system. You can't easily change it, you can't easily derive those things. So you need to have lots more the architecture I'm showing you. Yeah, for the transformer based architecture, this is a sequence mixing based upon not only the self attention, it's an uh, Mamba based architecture, state space based model based upon Mamba, S4, Haina. If you use such type of model, it is little bit difficult. I'm not telling that you can't do it, but you do it, but it required much more effort on it. So you can know that there are easy to develop a virus on a Windows on, but it is not so easy to develop a virus in case of the Linux, because Linux is very difficult to do it as compared to the Windows. You can easily write it. Similar way, models are also same. So in order to do Mamba, it's very difficult to do such type of as compared to if you have something uh, uh, like attention based model and MLP based model. So why? Because when you have a Mamba, you not only you have a linear projection convolutional layer, they have a gating architecture. There is a state space based model that will give a scanning approach and which base you are going, whether you are going for the left, right, and all kind of scanning. So this is what the problem in the state space to do it. One of the difficulty you may achieve on doing this state space. Also, you if you see in Simba, people are using that Einstein for fast Fourier transform to prevent some of the issues on the Mamba and the convergence issue. So there is something like fast Fourier transform. The data is going to the spectral domain. As why you are going to that each and every domain, there is the complexity is increasing, the spectral domain, the complexity is increasing. Again you are applying that Einstein matrix multiplication, again you will go to the spectral domain, then finally the inverse fast Fourier transform you will do to get rid of all kind of techniques. So this is not for classification generation generative models like diffusion model, like GANs, like transformer based diffusion model. You will use those kind of things and try to. So just why I am telling, it's a very difficult to develop and hack such type of models. That's the reason you can use any kind of state space instead of attention based model to do that. I'm not against of any model, but it's just I'm comparing versus attention versus the state space model. So the application I told, the face detection, text and hyper text categorization, classification of the image, and the bioinformatics. The another things, uh, as I mentioned, that if you do the small task and combining, how will you combine that? It use the begging architecture, the parallelize it and edit sum it, or a sequential method like boosting architecture. So begging and boosting also you can do it. Any of the one of the things you can do. The single stage and that simple average bagging stage, like it's take the all the output average of that will it will give. So the boosting is one by one, so it is a weighted average is the boosting. So this is what from my point of view, even Rajni can't stop these hackers to be continued ultimate jailer for that minded. So these are the reference also I am making that. So please let me know you have any kind of questions and all. I will try to clarify it. Hello, hello.
Sir, no queries are there, sir.
Okay. So this is what from my side for this today's talk. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is from my side. I have the whatever the my slides are for there for the cyber security and privacy part.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir. This was a wonderful session. It was very informative, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. And this is an announcement for everybody. Please be available by 7:30. We will be taking a break for now and joining back at 7:30, where we will be going with our next session for the day. So please join back by then. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
We are going to discuss the topic electric and shared mobility, infrastructure adoption strategies. The name of the expert for today is Dr. T.V.S. Vivek. Dr. Vivek is an assistant professor at the Iqbal Foundation for Higher Education in Hyderabad, where he specializes in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. His research focuses on areas like deep learning, network security, and data analytics. He has been a prolific contributor to his field, and his work is published in various international journals. I would now like I would now like to hand over the stage to Mr. Vivek. The stage is all yours, sir.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So, yeah, I just want to confirm whether my voice is audible or not.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for confirming. And so, very good evening to one and all. The topic that is given to me for this session is based on electric and shared mobility, infrastructure, and adoption strategies. So, I'll be sharing my screen. So electric and shared mobility, infrastructure and adoption strategies. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Not visual, sir.
One second now. Okay. Uh, yes, visible. Ma'am, is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible? Is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you for confirming me, ma'am. So the topic that is given to me in this session is about electric and shared mobility and the infrastructure and adoption strategies. So the agenda for today's presentation, I'll be speaking about uh, the definitions of what is electric mobility, followed with shared mobility, and the global trends in electric and shared mobility, the importance of electric mobility in India, and we will see some important points and benefits of shared mobility, the different infrastructure requirements that are required for charging, grid and parking facilities, and the overall integration of shared mobility models, followed with the adoption strategies. and the different case studies and the roadmap to accomplish electric and shared mobility projects, and what are the different funding sources, followed with some of the important project proposal titles, and we will wind up the session. So I'm going to speak about all these points in today's session. So in brief, okay, I just want to start the concept of electric mobility just by giving the definition, like electric mobility can be defined as a movement powered by electricity rather than fossil fuels. That means a good examples for this electric mobility comes as battery EVs and plug-in hybrid EVs. Whereas the shared
Sir,
mobility,
if possible, please share full screen, sir.
full screen, 1 second, ma'am. These two complement with each other. Like when they are complemented with each other, you can able to reduce the idle time, increase the vehicle utilization, as well as you can make the electric vehicle adoption more economically visible to everyone. For example, if you take a shared electric vehicle like an e-scooter, this is going to achieve higher efficiency as well as more carbon payback can be achieved rather than private EVs. That is the reason why Government of India is supporting this electric as well as the shared mobility. Now, if you carefully see here, I'm going to speak about the global trends that exist in electric and shared mobility. If you carefully observe the global trends, the countries like Europe, China, and US are very leading in this EV adoption due to the reason of aggressive emission norms and incentives. Probably in India, by 2035, the EU is going to be aimed at 100% zero commission car. So you can say that the rise of shared mobility gains like Uber, Ola, Rapido, Lyft are making global expansion for micro mobility platforms. Even if you carefully observe, due to the impact of COVID-19, there is an initial decline in shared rides, but there is a strong rebound in this micro mobility transport. Probably by 2035, India is going to aim zero emission cars, which are targeted by EU. And nowadays we are getting Ola bikes also, which are purely electric in nature. So if you see the importance of electric mobility in India, as you know that India imports 85% of its crude oil, making energy dependency, which is a major economic vulnerability. So transforming to EVs enhances the energy security. So there is a lot of difference between energy dependency as well as energy security. Electric mobility also addresses the environmental concerns, where the transport nearly contributes to 10%. And by going through this electric mobility, you can able to reduce the air pollution and supports the nation by achieving a fully electric by 2070. The goal is to go for the goal is to go by 2070. Probably these electric vehicle industries are going to create many more jobs on manufacturing, enabling the innovation in battery charging, as well as the software sectors. So there is a huge demand in the next coming days, probably for manufacturing sector. There is the battery charging capabilities, which are purely done by the software sector, by the software engineers. So this slide mainly speaks about how much importance of electric mobility is there in India. And you can also call these jobs as green jobs. And even you can able to apply the recycling law. And probably what is going to happen with this electric mobility is that the operational costs are going to be reduced by 60 to 70% per kilometer. So if you charge for one overnight, okay, you'll be getting the charging up to 90 to 120 kilometers. And this mainly speaks about the shared mobility. Now see, let's go through the concepts of this shared mobility and what are its benefits. Usually, this shared mobility optimizes the existing vehicle usage. So, by using the shared mobility, it optimizes the vehicle usage, where in place of one person, 3 or 4 persons can travel at a time and complete their task. You can also call this as a multiple users share one vehicle or a trip. And the highest benefits of this shared mobility, like there are 3 important benefits of this shared mobility. The first one is it reduces the traffic congestion and parking need. You need not worry about parking. So probably in some places of Hyderabad, I have observed that in a small gap, they are constructing the parking level by level. So this reduces the traffic congestion as well as the parking needs. And the second major benefit of this shared mobility is it lowers the travel costs per user. That means the travel cost per user will be reduced. And the third benefit is that there will be higher vehicle utilization with resource efficiency. So in India, we have IoV bikes integrated with Delhi Metro and e-rickshaws, which are going to serve from last minute connectivity. IoV bikes is one of a very good example, which is already implemented in New Delhi, followed with e-rickshaws. See, by using this shared mobility, it encourages a shift from ownership to access, which is very crucial for sustainable urban transport. So the major benefits speaks about the congestion with reduction, parking demand, as well as costs. And what are the different infrastructure requirements for electric mobility? See, the first infrastructure what we require here is the charging point of view, where this charging is categorized into 3 levels. Level 1, which indicates the slow charging, where the flow charges are present in home and offices, where you can use it overnight. And the second level, level 2, which is fast charging, which are available in public spaces as well as fleet depots. So level 3, these are categorized as ultra fast chargers, where you can purely see these ultra fast chargers in highway corridors. So 3 levels of charging infrastructure is present as of now. And sometimes what happens here is that battery swapping is also done for 2 and 3 wheelers. So nowadays, even autos are going to be converted to electric model. So there is one important aspect here. Infrastructure planning must ensure 3 areas, where the first area speaks about the availability, accessibility, and affordability. So these are some of the infrastructure requirements for electric mobility. Like the charging is one perspective, battery swapping is another perspective, and it should satisfy the 3 years concept. So once if all these requirements are met, you can come to one conclusion that successfully the electric mobility has been instantiated in any apartment or in any place or in any mall. And there is some policy also. Okay, that means these infrastructure requirements should satisfy some policies. And we will be speaking about those policies in the next coming slides. So this is about the electric mobility infrastructure. So my next slide mainly speaks about the infrastructure for shared mobility. So I would like to tell you that the digital infrastructure acts as a backbone for apps, cloud platforms, digital payments, and real-time analytics. So what is going to happen in this shared mobility is that real-time rate matching and dynamic pricing balances the demand and supply, as well as the shared mobility can also be integrated with public transport to metros, I mean the metro stations, bus stations, and suburban railway stations. So parking hubs and docking stations also act as a physical enablers for shared operations. So data sharing is very important for route optimization. And a good example for it is Bangalore Smart City model. Bangalore has already implemented this shared mobility from many years, and they have a very good infrastructure, especially in the areas of cloud platforms and digital payments. So if you carefully see here, these are the different infrastructures that are required for shared mobility. So there is a policy and a regulatory framework also. So there are some state level EV policies, especially the Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra are providing subsidies and tax exemptions. So these governments are providing the subsidies on EV vehicles. So there are some national standards that are required here. Like you can categorize these national standards into 3 types. The first type mainly concentrates on charging the connector types. And second one is the safety of the battery, as well as its recycling. And the third operation is interoperability of platforms. So these three standards need to be satisfied so that the states can able to implement these policies. So the states like Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Pune already started this. Now, if you see the different challenges that are going to be existed in this adoption, usually what is going to happen is that economic challenges mainly concentrates on battery replacement costs. That means the electric vehicle battery replacement costs, whereas the infrastructure challenges mainly concentrates on limited public charging stations and battery recycling ecosystems. And the human resources, there should be there is a lack of skilled workers, like skilled trained technicians. And the fourth challenge in adoption is the shared mobility, because we have some issues related to service consistency, driver welfare, and data privacy. So these are some of the challenges that are going to be existed in the adoption of both EV as well as the shared mobility. So overcoming these barriers requires some policy incentives as well as R&D investment is also very important. So as the technology is improving, as the technology is improving and innovating day by day, there are some technological innovations that are existed in this driving the adoption. Suppose if you take the area of artificial intelligence, it mainly concentrates on predictive maintenance, the route planning, and fleet scheduling. Usually AI will give you the best results, especially in these three areas like predictive maintenance, route planning, and fleet scheduling. And if you take the area of blockchain, it mainly concentrates on the data transparency, securing the payments, as well as there is one more important innovation that exists in blockchain is electric vehicle charging transactions. So it mainly concentrates on these three areas. The blockchain concentrates especially on these three areas, where there are many gaps that are present in data transparency as well as secure payments. And if you take IoT, I would like to combine this IoT, like Internet of Things, with telemetry, because on combination of IoT with telemetry, it enables us the real-time monitoring of vehicles and charges. I mean, the charging capabilities. A very good example is that already Tata Power started its smart charging network using the IoT sensors. And apart from this artificial intelligence, blockchain, IoT, and telemetry, there is a huge potential for another new area. We call it as vehicle to grid. Okay, in short, you can call it as V2G. V capital V, number 2, and G capital G. As well as, see, nowadays we deal with data analytics, data science like that. But once this electric and shared mobility came into existence, you are going to deal with battery analytics also, which is very, very important. So for these battery analytics also, you are having different data sets. And this vehicle to grid and battery analytics are going to be the future generations. And frankly to say, there is a lot of research work that is going on this vehicle to grid as well as battery analytics, especially and purely in this area only. That is the reason why I combined this IoT with telemetry. See, IoT itself gives you some advantage, but once when it is combined with telemetry, it is just going to give you the real-time monitoring of vehicles. So you can call that these digital technologies are going to become the backbone of connected and efficient mobility ecosystems. And if you see the different benefits and challenges, I would like to give you three important benefits. Like the first benefit mainly concentrates on lowering the air pollution. And the second benefit mainly concentrates on operational cost, like reduced operational cost. And the third benefit is optimized fleet utilization as well as less congestion. These are the three benefits that you are going to achieve with this electric and shared mobility. But in fact, we have different challenges also. And the three major challenges are, the first challenge is infrastructure investment costs. That is very important. And in short, you can call it as charging infrastructure rollout also. And the second charging is energy demand management. And the third important challenge here is that behavioral resistance to the shared systems. So a lot of emphasis is done on balancing the environment benefits as well as practical deployment of these hurdles. So whenever you are going to get some sort of benefits, there exists some challenges also. Like you can take up each and every challenge as one problem and try to get the solution for that problem. And if you see about the grid and energy integration, electric vehicle charging is going to add substantial load to local grids. So nowadays, smart charging is going to be shifted from shift load to off-peak hours. So integrating these EVs into the energy ecosystem is vital for resilience. And we have one small formula here. Once the solar, when it is integrated with batteries, it is going to enhance the reliability as well as the cost reductions. So to integrate this solar with batteries, the concepts like vehicle to grid has to come into existence. So I would like to give you one important point from this slide here is that when you integrate the solar with batteries, you should require vehicle to grid concepts. But whenever we are going to vehicle to grid ecosystem, we should be able to concentrate on the skilled professionals. So this is about how the electric and shared mobility exists in grid and energy integration. Like that, we have in depot and fleet charging also. So this depot as well as the fleet charging requires high power charges. So there will be a lot of load management, and the charging has to be done in the overnight. So the main advantage of using these load management systems is that it optimizes the energy use during the night charging. But whereas if you
and minimizes the downtime. So there are some upcoming models like telematics on combination with charging as a service. See, in cloud computing, we have different services. Okay, and one more services that is going to be existed, especially in the area of EV, is that charging as a service. So by introducing these telematics and charging as a service models, these are going to emerge mostly on the cost as well as the performance. For example, if you take e-buses depots in Delhi and Pune, they are going to use intelligent scheduling. See, my previous slide and this slide mainly concentrates on how you are going to implement the grid and energy integration as well as the depot and fleet charging with respect to electric and shared mobility. So another area where we need to focus here is that about the finance and the business models. So there are public-private partnerships to deploy the charging infrastructure. So many new startups and many new companies are coming from, okay, to give this charging networks in many public places. So not only in the public places, even in the apartments also nowadays, we are getting the charging points on the cellars. And those charging points are very easily accessible. So if you take this fleet models, they are going to reduce the investment for operators. And if you carefully observe the adoption strategies, so in these adoption strategies, the user experience is very critical because the user is going to depend on mobile apps, and the payment should be successful, and there should be a real-time tracking of all these steps. So that is the first adoption strategy. And the second adoption strategy mainly concentrates on how much incentives you are giving to the drivers and operators, like in the form of platform fees and access to premium zones. See, these are some of the examples, like usually what type of incentives we are providing to drivers as well as to the operators also. And the third adoption strategy you need to implement in these operations is that the training is to be given for the drivers for battery handling and maintenance. So the drivers are supposed to be upskilled in handling the battery as well as with respect to maintenance. And one more adoption strategy in this operation is data analytics. So by using this data analytics, it helps, okay, the plan to plan the routes and ensure the safety to the passengers as well as to the driver also. So this slide gives you what are the different adoption strategies which are to be considered with respect to operations. And these adoption strategies are very most important. Very most important. Because user experience is very important and critical. Incentives are supposed to be given. Okay, and sufficient training needs to be given. Apart from this, okay, the system should have a person related to data analytics, okay, who plan the routes and mainly takes care about the security part. So let us see some case studies with examples. So there is a city named with A. That city has introduced the charging with ride pooling. So upon integrating this charging with ride pooling, the journey time is decreased to 30%. Whereas there is another company, company B, which purely concentrates only on the depot charging as well as V2G, vehicle to grid services. So the output that they are going to get from it is that a lot of energy is generated. And the third case study is about the micro mobility operator, where we take some subscription and we get some car trips, like we get some less amount to private car trips. See the same model, like when if you are operating with the Swiggy app, they are asking us to recharge with some membership amount. So once if you recharge with that membership amount, you will be given the processing fees. That means there will be no processing fees like that. So here also this micro mobility operator, okay, mainly gives some subscription model. So by enabling the subscription model, they will be reduced private car trips. But the most important point that you need to consider from all these case studies here is that the efficiency, sustainability, and cost savings are to be taken into consideration. And yeah, so this slide now speaks about some of the funding, okay, project titles. Okay, and these titles, I'll do one thing. I'll try to share one sample document of these funding projects. I mean the write-up of these funding projects to your Atal FTP coordinator. So probably by tomorrow evening, I'll be forwarding you one document relating to these funding projects. That means a document with the template. And if you see these titles here, see, these titles will help you to get funding from different organizations. In my next coming slide, I'm also going to speak about what are the different agencies that are present to give funding, especially on these type of titles. So if you carefully observe these titles here, if you don't mind, can anyone please confirm that whether my screen is visible and my voice is clear and audible or not?
Yes.
I hope my screen is visible. I can't hear your voice. So if you see this slide,
Sir, can you increase volume, please? From your side.
so if you see this slide, like the titles here from this slide, so my first title concentrates on quantum-inspired optimization for electric and shared mobility infrastructure planning. So here I'm going to take the help of the quantum-inspired optimization. And frankly, to say this title comes under the cross domain, which mainly reflects the electric as well as the shared mobility infrastructure planning. So my concentration on this title is purely on infrastructure planning with respect to electric and shared mobility by taking the quantum inspired algorithms into consideration. So try to observe the title on here. So my aim, my goal, okay, and my output, everything has been kept in this title, in my first title. And if you see the second title here, okay, it mainly focuses on machine learning. Okay, and taking this machine learning area into consideration, I am going to enhance the planning for EV charging and shared mobility integration. So this is also very important aspect. I mean, very important area. And the third title concentrates on integration of mobility solutions for smart Indian cities, where we are going to focus on infrastructure, policy, and technology. See, infrastructure, technology, okay, there will be a lot of innovation, but that innovation to come into the market, there should be some policy. So policies are also very, very important. That's why many regions are going to put up their own policies. And if you see the last title, the design and deployment of smart electric vehicles and shared mobility hubs for Tier 2 Indian cities. So my concentration on this title is purely based on Tier 2 Indian cities, where I would like to, okay, I would like to initiate this electric and shared mobility, not on Tier 1, but Tier 2, where I'm going to design and deploy the smart EV and shared mobility hubs. And if you carefully observe for all these titles, okay, except for second title, which is based on machine learning, except for second title, the remaining in the remaining all the three titles, you can able to observe that the goal as well as the outcome is present here. And pure and frankly to say, these titles are not being copied from some other sources. So these titles are framed by taking your Atal FTP team into consideration. So a lot of research is going on, and my next slide mainly focuses on the different funding agencies for these titles. Not only for these titles, I'm just showing you only 4 titles here. There are many more titles. I'll be sharing those documents to your coordinator by tomorrow and after that, by tomorrow evening. And if you see these funding agencies are purely Indian-based funding agencies. I'm just concentrating only on my country, India. So these are different funding agencies. Like the first funding agency here is Green Climate Funding Agency, okay, which mostly concentrates on India e-mobility financing program. And if you click on this, you will be taken to the website of this Green Climate Fund. And my second funding agency here is Niti Aayog. As you know that it comes under the government of India. And this Niti Aayog mainly concentrates on developing the e-mobility businesses. I'm telling you, once if you open the Niti Aayog Government of India e-mobility businesses website, okay, the Ola, as you know that Ola, cab, bike, okay, Ola autos, okay, Magenta and Yulu. There are many more services like this, and these services are purely funded by Niti Aayog, Government of India, under the area of new e-mobility businesses. Ola comes under e-mobility business partnership startup, Magenta, and Yulu. And there are many more. Once if you open the website, you will get many more examples. I have just given you only three examples here. And my third funding agency is Electric Mobility Financiers Association of India. And the fourth one is Energy Efficient Services Limited. See, I would like to recommend that we being the faculty members, at least we should be able to try, okay, to these type of funding agencies by sending the proposals. As I told you, okay, there is a lot of scope in this area, especially in electric vehicles, as well as in the shared mobility aspects also. Irrespective of whether the research proposals are open or not open, it is our primary responsibility and major responsibility to send the funding proposals to these type of agencies. Whether your proposal is having the right algorithm or wrong algorithm, that is unnecessary as of now. But we should try to these type of funding agencies. And these funding agencies purely are Indian-based funding agencies. And I would like to give you the roadmap implementation also. Like when you are concentrating on these funding agencies or on these titles, strictly we should have the roadmap also. Like in the phase 1, in the first 6 months, what are the targets you are going to achieve? Means what is your work status? In what aspects you are going to focus? If you see my slide here, the phase 1 speaks about the first 6 months, where you are going to work on the different stakeholder alignments, conduct pilot projects, as well as cite some surveys. Okay, cite some surveys. So what you are going to do here, you are going to identify the different stakeholders, okay, conduct pilot projects, as well as perform site surveys. All these 3 tasks you are supposed to complete in the phase 1, that is of first 6 months. And in the second phase, from 7 to 18 months, you need to concentrate on the first one is expanding the charging infrastructure, as well as how you are going to initiate the fleet electrification. Because this phase 2 is very major, plays a very major role. Because you are going to concentrate on the charging infrastructures, as well as you are going to initiate the fleet electrifications, which is very important and very major. As well as the phase 3, the last phase, from 19 to 36 months, mainly concentrates on how you are going to integrate the analytics, optimize the grid linkages, followed with you need to embed the policies. So within 36 months, okay, you are supposed to complete the whole project. Like at least the prototype should be ready. So once if the prototype is ready in these 36 months, then we can go for deployment tests. Where, as I told you in my previous slides, okay, we have some national standard tests that are to be performed on that protocol. So there will be some certain steps. And once if the protocol satisfies the certain steps, then it will be market ready. And these funding project titles, I mean these funding research project titles should not only come up with a protocol, but that protocol or that design should be lab ready design. That means lab to market. That means that protocol, once you design that, one company has to come and take up that protocol by, I mean, the patent rights and the different other negotiations, everything has to be done. So we call that one as lab to market ready protocol. So you are designing the protocol in the lab. Okay, and you are going to give the protocol either to these funding agencies or to any other private partnerships or government partnerships, whatever it may be. And these are the different funding as well as the different incentives. Okay, like the fund can be sanctioned from either the central government or from municipal grant. Okay, in the form of green bond or concessional loan. And as I told you, not only the government funds are also available, but even the private capital funds are also available. There are many more investors. Okay, there are many corporate investors. Okay, who want to invest in this type of protocols or in this type of devices. That is where these funding agencies and these projects titles will help you a lot. I'm not telling you that these 4 titles, okay, you need to work only on these 4 titles. You just observe the pattern of the title that I have taken here, like how the title is framed here. Because the initial screening of your project mainly focuses on the title screening only. They purely observe what is the outcome and whether that outcome is having direct impact to the society or not. So these are the different funding incentives as well as agencies that takes place in this electric and shared mobility. So with this, I would like to conclude my session for today. And these are the important aspects and points which mainly comes under this area. So if you have any questions or queries, you can raise up. I will try to answer to the level of my best. So please raise up your queries on the chat box if you have any queries. I just share the document to your coordinator. So before concluding this session, I would like to give you the data sets related to this electric and shared mobility. So there are many open source data sets. Most of these data sets are going to provide the data on EV sales, charging stations, and some of the data sets are provided by NITI Aayog, which is the Government of India website. And there is one like, what we call, there is one website which is going to give you, which is going to give you the data on the electric and shared mobility. So there are many open source data sets. Most of these data sets are provided by NITI Aayog, which is the Government of India website. And there is one website which is going to give you, which is going to give you the the data set on electric mobility index. And so Kaggle also contains different data sets. You can able to take up those data sets and work on it. So one of the important data set I'm just putting up in the chat box. You can just go through it. And this is very important as far as the electric mobility is concerned. And this data set mainly contains the data related to both like EV adoption as well as the infrastructure. Just a second, I'm just putting up in the chat box. Yeah, EV adoption as well as infrastructure.
Thank you for the session.